Hello students, in continuation with AC circuits unit number 2, in which we have checked in a previous lecture like how we can consider the three-phase balance circuit. Now in a three-phase balance circuit, how you can consider a delta connection load, balanced delta connected and the star connected load, and the respective measurement that you need to consider in both the type of load. Now today we start with the power measurement that has been carried out in three-phase, particularly three-phase supply if you are using. Now we have proved that for the balanced star or delta type load, the total active power, that is, if I want to write, so that is PT equal to root 3 VLIL cos phi, that we have derived previously, where phi is an angle that is measured between a voltage, line voltage VL, and a line current IL. Now this particular equation indicates that the power is dependent on power factor, like power factor value phi, that is cos phi, along with the voltage and the current. Now, so we can say that in order to measure the three-phase active power, we need to use an instrument which can sense voltage, current as well as power. Voltage, current as well as the power factor, and give the reading directly in volts. So the instrument which can do all these things in all this particular measurement, okay, and that instrument we need to consider, that is our wattmeter. You are well aware of what is called wattmeter. A wattmeter can measure voltage, current as well as power factor, okay, for a given three-phase circuit. So for the three-phase power measurement, the major instrument that one need to utilize or one need to use, that is a wattmeter. Now very quickly, the basics of the wattmeter one need to consider. Now wattmeter is an instrument which can measure power in a single or the three-phase AC circuit. It gives a reading directly in volts. Now as per the diagram, you can see that it has two different coils, namely a voltage coil, okay, this is called voltage coil, and the current coil. Now voltage coil is also called as a pressure coil. Now here current coil, this the coil which is with inductor, that is known as a current coil, okay. Now that current coil, that is shown in between the terminal M and the terminal L. L represent the load, M represent the mains, okay. Now it is also it is to be connected in series with the load. This current coil that is connected in series with the load. The resistance of this coil is small due to its large cross-sectional area and the small number of turns. So this is the characteristic of a current coil. Now the voltage or the pressure coil, the coil, this coil, that is connected in between terminal C, that is a common terminal, and the voltage or the voltage coil, okay. Now it is also called as a voltage or the pressure coil. Now it is always connected across the supply to measure the voltage, okay. Now the resistance of this coil is again very small, okay. The resistance of this coil is very large, and it is made up of thin wire with a large number of turns. So for a current coil, resistance is very small. For a voltage coil, resistance is very large. Now how to measure, or what you need to consider to for the wattmeter reading. Now we know that actually the particularly total power, that is equal to under root of 3 VLIL cos phi. Now the current that is flowing through the coil, if we can say, if the current which is flowing through this particular current coil, if we say this coil, this current, like it is equal to I of C, and the voltage across the pressure coil, voltage across this pressure coil, if it is VPC, so that the wattmeter reading that is given by W, that is equal to VPC IC cos of VPC and IC. here this is called the angle between the voltage that is passing through, or voltage in the pressure coil. IC is nothing but the current through the current coil. Okay, a VPC is nothing but a voltage across the pressure coil, and this W is nothing but it is a voltmeter reading. Now the voltmeter reading that is proportional to cosine of the angle between VPC and IC. So this is called a basic of a particular instrument that we need to use, that is known as a voltmeter. Now how to do a single phase power measurement using voltmeter. Okay, now kindly consider this particular diagram. Here this is a current coil, this is your voltage coil. Okay, this is your load. Okay, that is directly in series with connected with a current coil. Okay, now we are using single phase AC supply. Okay, this is your mains, this is your load, this is your common, and this is your voltage. Current which passing through the particular load coil or load, that is called IL, or you can say that it is IPH, and this particular dotted line will represent your voltmeter. Now we want to measure the power in a particularly using this particular voltmeter. Now you know that the current coil is connected between the mains and load, so that the current through it is equal to the load current IL or IPH. Hence we can say that IC, in a previous equation, IC that is equal to IPH. The pressure coil is connected across, this pressure coil is connected across the three phase supply and single phase supply, and pressure coil is connected across the single phase supply, so that VPC, if I want to write, that is equal to VPH. Okay, now if I'll combine this two, so that I can have an equation for power that is equal to W is equal to VPC IC cos of VPC, and angle between them is VPC angle of IC. So indirectly I can write the equation VPH IPH cos of phi. Now this is all about and we can say that this is same as the active power of a single phase circuit. So the voltmeter directly rates the active or the true power, we can say that. Now very quickly, the power measurement in three phase AC circuit. Okay, the power measurement in three phase AC circuit can be carried out using the following three methods. The one is the first method, that is 1 wattmeter method, second one is 2 wattmeter method, and the 3 wattmeter method. Okay, all three you need to consider. Out of these three, for GTU examination point of view, the 2 wattmeter method is very much important. It is also important for e-test too. Now we consider first the method which one need to utilize. Okay, now we start with a 2 wattmeter method. Okay, for the measurement of a power. Now here is particularly a diagram that you need to use. First we measure, first we use the particularly 2 wattmeter method for star connected load, balance load, star connected balance load. This is a star connection, R, Y and B supplies are there. Okay, this is balance load we are using. This is a neutral terminal, this is R, this is Y, and this is B. This Y I am carried out outside because I want to have a pattern like R, Y and B. This is my voltmeter number 1, W1. This is my voltmeter number 2, W2. Okay, current which passes through the particularly supply line, that is I can consider a supply current, that is IR, IY and IB respectively. So this is all about the circuit diagram that you need to use. Now again this method uses a 2 wattmeter to measure the power in a 3-phase circuit. Okay, now it can be used for measuring the power in the star as well as delta connected load. Now principle behind this particular connection, if you want to check, okay, now you observe that the way in which the current and the voltage coil of a voltmeter are connected in a particularly in a diagram. Now you need to check the current and the particularly voltage coil and the current coil are connected particularly in a particular diagram. Now the current coil of a 2 voltmeters are connected in any 2 two line. Now this current coil, this coil that is connected to the supply line R, this is connected to supply line Y, okay, R and Y, and the voltage coil are connected between their own current coil line terminal and the line without the current coil. Okay, now this that is connected over here, their own current line and line without the current. So both they are connected to B. Now if you are using this particular arrangement, the total power W, okay, measured by the two particular voltmeter, that is W is equal to W1 plus W2. Now we are using balanced load. Now load is balanced so that impedance per phase is inductive impedance, so that the phase current lags behind the phase voltage VRB. Now if I consider the reading for the voltmeter 1, so reading for the voltmeter 1 W1, that is equal to VRB IR cos of VRB and angle between VRB and I of R. Now W2 if I want to write, that is VYB, okay, IY cos of VYB and angle between this particular thing. This VRB, IR, VYB and IY, that you can particularly check this particular voltage, okay, value of a voltage and the current in a particular diagram. Now if I want to consider the angle VRB IR, that angle I can consider like it is 30 minus phi, and VYB and the angle between VYB and IY, that is 30 plus phi I can consider. Now here the VRB, this particular VRB and IR, both are the line voltage and the line current respectively. So if I want to rewrite the equation, I can write W1 that is equal to VLIL cos of 30 minus phi, W2 is equal to VLIL cos of 30 plus phi. Now as per the previous equation, W is equal to W1 plus W2. Now if I put up the value, I can have a final equation, W is equal to W1 plus W2 is equal to root 3 VLIL of cos phi. Now this is nothing but a total power in a total three phase active power. So this equation is you can compare it with a particularly in a active power equation in a three phase circuit, and we have proved that the sum of the reading of the two voltmeter is equal to the total three phase active power. So this is very important for the examination point of view. This is all about the total power measurement in particularly you can consider like it is in a star connected load. Now what about the delta connected load? Now here the load that is connected in a delta fashion, okay, now the load that is connected in a delta pattern that you need to consider. Now this is called a delta connected load. Now this is ZPH, 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 R, Y and B. This is a delta connection. Now again we are using two wattmeter like in this way. Okay, current coil that is connected to individually. First current coil is connected to R phase. Second one is connected to Y. Okay, the voltage of a respective voltmeter voltage coil that is connected to the B terminal. Here again it is connected to B terminal. Now the arrangement that you can see, that is a connection of a 2 voltmeter method, that is same as a star connected load. Now the reading of a voltmeter 1, if I want to write, so that I can write it is equal to IR VRB. This is nothing but IR is nothing but the current which is passing through the supply line supply line R, so that is IR, and this is nothing but VRB cos of IR VRB. Now here again you need to consider the angle between these two, that is 30 minus phi. The current or the reading of a voltmeter 2 IY VYB and cos of this, and again the angle that you need to consider, that is 30 plus phi. Now again we know that W is equal to W1 plus W2 if you combine these two, so that you can have a root 3 VLIL of cos phi. So this is the final equation that you will get for a total power while you are using delta connected load. So here also we have proved that the two voltmeters can measure the total three phase power for three phase delta connected load. So this is this you need to memorize the total power measurement in star and the delta connection. They may ask you either star or either delta connection, in which you need to find out the total power. Now the next theory Before start with the next theory, you just need to consider the numerical, which is based on star and the delta connected load. Either of the quantity is given, you need to find out the required quantity. Now power factor measurement. Power factor is a major criteria that you need to consider. Okay, now the power factor measurement by the 2 voltmeter method. Now the load in a balance type, load we are using, that is balance type, and with a lagging power factor. Now W1 we know that it is VLIL cos of 30 minus 5. W2 we know that VLIL cos of 30 plus 5. Now if I consider W1 plus W2, that is equal to root 3 VLIL cos 5 for both delta and the star connected load. Now if I want to take W1 minus W2, okay, so that I can write the equation like in this way. Now C minus C trigonometry equation if you use, so W1 minus W2 is equal to VLIL sin phi, that you can write. Give this equation number 2, give W1 plus W2 equation number 1. Now divide equation 1, this particularly, divide equation 2 by equation 1. So we can write W1 minus W2 divide by W1 plus W2 and put up the respective value. So that the tan of phi, if I want to write, so that is equal to root 3 of W1 minus W2, W2 1 plus W2. So phi, that is equal to tan inverse of particularly this particular quantity. Now if the power factor value you want to measure, so power factor is PF, so that is nothing but it is equal to cos phi, and we know the value of a phi. So cos of tan inverse root 3 W1 minus W2 W1 plus W2 is a power factor value that is been measured by the 2 voltmeter method. So this is all about particularly how you can measure the power factor by using 2 voltmeter method. Now for a lagging power factor, some of the things you need to consider. For a lagging power factor, tan phi is always positive, so cos phi is positive. For a leading power factor, tan phi is negative, so that you need to consider cos phi will be positive. Here you need to consider cos phi will be positive. So the power factor cos phi will always be positive, and it's positive, and it's in its whether its nature, that is leading or lagging, and should be decided from the polarity of a tan term. Okay, now this is all about the power factor measurement. Now the reactive power measurement by using 2 voltmeter method. Now here we know that W1 minus W2, that is VLIL sin phi. Now the total reactive power, like volt ampere in a 3-phase circuit, okay, that is Q, that is equal to root 3 VLIL sin phi. Now VLIL sin phi, that is nothing but it is equal to W1 minus W2. So the total reactive power Q, that is equal to root 3 W1 minus W2. So that we can say that total reactive power that is obtained by multiplying the difference between the readings of a 2 voltmeter by root 3. Okay, so this is all about the calculation of total power and power factor and the reactive power by using 2 voltmeter method. Now some of the merits and the demerits of the voltmeter method one need to consider. Like merits of the 2 voltmeter method, one can consider like this method is used for the balance as well as unbalanced load. For a star type load, it is not necessary to connect the neutral point for the connection of a voltmeter. Delta load need not be opened to connect the voltmeter. For a balanced load, it is possible to measure the power factor along with a power. Okay, we need to use only 2 voltmeter to measure the power in a 3-phase circuit. Now it is possible to measure the reactive volt ampere for the balance load. So all these things one can consider like it is a advantage of a 2 voltmeter method. Now the demerits of the method, if one want to consider the polarity of W1 and W2, that depends on the power factor. So unless we identify them correctly, we can lead us, or they can lead us to a wrong result. Now this method is not applicable to 3-phase 4-wire system. Okay, so this is all about particularly a 3-phase balance circuit. Okay, now numericals related to 3-phase balance circuit, power factor measurement, everything you need to consider for the GTU examination as well as your E-test 3. Now this will complete your unit number 2 of AC circuits. Now students, you all have to consider all the numericals, all the derivations, all the theory, all the definition which is been available in your book. Okay, and it is also available in your video lectures. Kindly check the video lectures thoroughly. Kindly read each and everything which is available in a particularly in a book. It is like we cannot actually consider all the numericals in a particularly in a video lecture. So after having a particular conversation in a video lecture, you just try to solve the numerical which is available in your book. That is very useful for you in a GTU examination.